A very good morning or good evening, wherever you may be watching me today. My name is Joy Stratton, and my topic is fall prevention on cognitive impaired individuals. So we all know fall is such an issue, not only nationally but globally, because when patients tend to fall, or when patients fall, there's a lot of problems that occur. The aftermath is very expensive and can be fatal. So my goal is to prevent falls for those who are elderly and those that have cognitive impairment. Right now, currently, every hospital we have the yellow bands, which everybody has been using them. But for the cognitively impaired individuals, we know that they tend to remove the bands. Anything that's tagging on them, they try to remove it. So, a lot of times, patients or families walk in and they find tags on the floor, including name tags. So, what I'm trying to encourage is something called a red dot, and a red dot intervention is where everyone who has a name tag in the hospital who's an inpatient or observation, while you read the name, you put a red tag for any patient who's safety risk, a fall risk rather. So I will implement the red tag protocol where every patient who comes into the hospital must be given a red button or a red um, tag on their ID. And what that does is that everyone who comes to see them, because we deal with multidisciplinaries, they can identify the patient as a high fall risk. So rather than using all these other many tags, the patient, once you identify the patient and you know they have either risks of fall or they are cognitively impaired, which also means that they have a high potential for falls, you introduce the red button, you put it right on the wrist. So everybody who goes to meet the patient, they are required to identify the patient using their name and their birthday, which is on their tag. So once they look at the tag, they see the red dot and they know for sure that the patient is a high fall risk. They don't need to call nurses, especially if nurses are in other rooms or attending to other patients, so they can immediately know that they can take caution and precaution when it comes to patient safety. Well, so the data collection process that I'll be using, I'm just waiting for the final permission to be allowed to access medical records, because most of the medical records have accessibility to the fall acuity levels, meaning that patients that I will be dealing with, um, I will be able to access from my unit, of course. I'll be able to access their charts and see how, if they fell, what was their acuity or what was going on with them, and then I'm able to collect that information and put it in the in my chart. So I'll be using data abstractors, which they have here. They're individuals who are supposed to help anyone who's doing research or any data collection, and they're able to collect information according to what the preference is. For in my case, because I'm dealing with the elderly who are cognitively impaired, they will look at anyone 65 and greater, and in addition to that, they'll look for those who've had histories of fall, especially in a hospital setting or subacute setting. So that is my my topic and my plan of attack or my plan of intervention. The outcome measurement, the goal is to make sure that if they came in, and especially if they're elderly with cognitive impairment, potentially they might be repeat customers or repeat clients, where they'll be coming back to the hospital again, and they can be assessed for a long time to see if the red dot has improved on their safety measures, in addition to what's already there, the fall interventions that are already set per hospital. So just to recap, I am discussing about fall prevention for those who are cognitively impaired, 65 years and old and older. And in addition to that, I will not be using the yellow fall risk that we use all the time. Instead, I will use their identification band. And on the identification band, I will be putting a red button, and that will inform everyone who's touching a patient in any shape or form to let them know that they are fall risk. Therefore, there will be higher level of care in terms of safety. So, and then as I said, this hospital is going to help me with data abstractors to be able to help me with medical information records, and we can be able to retrieve all the information about the patient safety, the times they've fallen in the past, and what caused the falls, and how it can be prevented, and also do a follow through, even to the subacute or the rehab or wherever they'll be going, because most of the patients here, we have a rehabilitation center within the hospital. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good day. Bye now.